They put a hex on you to worship their every move, but you went inward. So this is the energy I have for you. Is a collective reading that someone is trying to put a curse on you, but you went inward. They're trying to connect with whatever they see on the outside, and again, get you to. It's like it's the same energy, but it is happening. And another thing with this energy, if this is something you're going through, be careful of doing too much research on it. Like I get that you're reading your own energy and you're watching readings, but the more readings you watch, because a lot of people are talking about this, the more it might be apparent in your life. So I feel like once you get the information you need, it's important to separate from this energy. And that's what I'm doing in this energy, and then I'm leaving. I'm moving on from this energy. I won't be talking about none of this because I'm not trying to re-manifest it. Like you know, when you keep talking about somebody, they feel like they're getting attention from you. But I feel like you went inward and start working on yourself. Some of y'all could have started doing shadow work because of this, because of someone trying to connect with you in a really weird, creepy way. They're trying to get you to go negative. They want you to go dark like them. For as yet they knew not by the scripture that he must rise again from the dead. Yeah. People think that when you go dark, because it's very possible, we can all go dark. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel like you can go dark and you can go light. Some people, they can't go back and forth. They go dark and they get stuck there. They get depressed and they're never happy again. But I feel like with this energy, because it's not really your energy, it's someone else's energy they're trying to put on you, this darkness. Yeah, you can you not necessarily internalize it, but even if you do read their energy or empathize with their emotions, you can feel their sadness. It's not your sadness. You can feel their confusion, but it's just like, okay, this person is exposing themselves. Just like if someone stood in front of you and opened their robe and it's like, okay, that's a naked man. I'm not a naked man. But they feel like they can put their energy on you and make you into them because they are completely mentally deranged. This is a scoundrel, a villain, a rascal, a mean person. This person is very mean. But they're being mean to themselves ultimately because they have to live and you don't. Or this could be someone that you live with, but you're not in their body. They have to live in their body alone. And that's what also I feel like they're trying to invite you in to this dark, clammy, cold place that you don't want to be. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. So if you say something to someone, if you're giving them a gift, and this has happened many times, where you try to offer something to somebody and then they act like they're still in it. And like now it's up to you to catch them and take back what belongs to you. No, you have more than enough to give. If this is love, if this is attention, thoughts, feelings, ideas, whatever, you have more than enough to give because you're connected to the source. They're not. So they can take an idea and run with it and hope that you chase them and whatever. They can try to steal your energy. It's just going to burn them on the way home. And also, they're not even invited in their own home. They're locked out of their own home. When he had finished measuring what was in there, he led me out by the east gate and measured the area all around. So this is someone's temple. And what I'm getting from this is like, whoever these people are, this entity, this is kind of different. Like, I feel like these are people who have been affected by a devil, by an antichrist. They've been following a false prophet. And they can't feel good about themselves. All they can do is feel like they're under attack and they're trying to make you out to be this devil character. Because it's like they're lost characters in the book. The author forgot about them. He mentioned them in the beginning and then now they just wandering around the story. They don't know where they belong. They have lost the plot completely. And that's what I feel like what's happening right now is like their own temple is a shrine to someone else. They can't even worship themselves. They can't feel good about themselves. They don't have anything good to say about themselves. All they can do is say negative things about other people. Okay? unfortunately, because they feel like when they go in, they're being chased by demons, and those demons are going to inhabit their home and take over, and it's already happened. But when you go, you can love yourself. You can ignore the world, focus on yourself. You have your own business to mind. And again, that's what this false prophet doesn't want you to mind your business. They want you to focus on them. There's a lot going on with this energy. I don't know if it resonates. Let me know. Thus I was as a man. Thus I was as a man, heareth not, and in whose mouth are no reproofs. So this seems like someone who was deaf, but I, as a deaf man, heard not, and I was as a dumb man that openeth not his mouth. I'm using these verses out of context right now because this could be anything, but I feel like in relation, you're deaf and blind to these evil entities trying to cause some type of chaos in your life. Therefore, brethren, we were confronted over you in all our affliction and distress by your faith. Again, I'm reading this out of context. If you're familiar with that verse, it might not mean what I'm interpreting it as. I'm reading it as people saying, like, we were suffering and you ignored us because you didn't see them. They're suffering because they worship the devil, and you're not getting involved with that. So, and also by you going inwards, you're building yourself up. You're building your own temple. Meanwhile, there's knocked down holes all. People can go in and out of their homes at their leisure. They hear everything people say and talk, and they think it's about them. They think everything is an attack. They're not comfortable in their own home. Like, I'm not saying nothing that's like hidden. I feel like if you have any type of intuition, you already know what's going on. And I don't know what part got cut off, but I'm not even going to repeat what I was saying because that was definitely a tangent I just went on. But let's just get back to this reading. Okay, so you have a table and a tower. It's named called Babel because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord dispersed them over the face of all the earth. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the camera is cutting off for a reason, because it's definitely cutting off for a reason right now. Someone could be talking some stuff that doesn't need to be heard. The table and the Tower of Babel. So the somebody could be babbling, just talking a little bit too much. And then you have gifts here as well. Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. This could be God separating you from, because it's something about being deaf. I don't know if you heard this or not. Someone being deaf and blind to the evils of the world. And I do feel like I've checked the phone, and why is it cutting off? It's got a battery, it's got a charge, it's got space, but it's cutting off at these very interesting times. I feel like this is spirit interfering with this message to some extent, like just to keep things on track. You have Noah's Ark here. We all know the story of Noah's Ark. God said, never again will I destroy the earth because of the sins of men. So yeah, there's definitely a separation here happening, and you're on one side or you're on the other. And God said he's not going to destroy the earth with water again, but he will destroy it with fire. So someone could be maybe at risk or in danger of being on fire. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and future. Anybody feeling paranoid about God taking revenge on sinners, you already know what boat they're in. They're not in the boat, first of all. They're in the water. But as far as this fire goes, then you have 10 of Wands. They feel burdened. They feel stressed out. They don't want Jesus coming back because they're living in sin. And they like it that way. They don't want things to change. Yeah, but you going inward has definitely changed your life in a major way. It says, knock and it shall be opened unto you. When Jesus knocks on your doors, you open the door. Jesus is keeping you company. You're not alone. Even though you ignore the world and the world is complaining that you ignored them, you ignore their cries just like they ignore Jesus. And that's what's happening. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So you investing in God's kingdom is paying off right back to you. It's definitely a system here. You may have to sacrifice some things. People are making sacrifices for you, and that's the community here. So this scoundrel or somebody that's trying to steal your attention or take something away from you, they're making a huge mistake, because they don't realize that you have brothers and sisters who are protecting you, who are in all sorts of fields that may not be even recognized as a Christian setting, and they're still protecting you. Yeah, you have judges who are protecting you. You have cops who are protecting you. You have the lovers in reverse here. And that just came out in the previous reading. That was somebody who was trying to start a relationship with you and start a bond with you, a trauma bond of some kind, and control you. Then you have Knight of Grains. They don't want you to go inward. Again, it's over and over. You're going to see signs of this. They don't want you to promote yourself. They don't want you to have high self-esteem or mind your business in any way. They don't want you to work on yourself. This is Jacob's work for Laban when he had to work for his uncle, because he wanted to marry his cousin, but his uncle wouldn't pay him. He wanted him to work for him for free, and that's what I feel like this energy is. Somebody wants you to work for them for free. Then you have 10 of Grains here, because your money is coming in. You're being paid for everything. You're getting money for everything. You're getting compensation for all of your hard work. And then you have David of Goliath here. David and Goliath have come up so many times in this situation. And that's your reward, okay? That is a constant reminder that there's this big guy who's trying to overpower you, but even though you're small, you're this tiny little thing in his presence. You're still stronger, and you still end up winning because you're on God's side and God is fighting for you. So this person is putting themselves in harm's way as usual, and they're going to end up looking stupid at the end of the day. I hope that someone will forgive me. Someone is asking for your forgiveness. They're apologizing. I feel like this is coming in advance, because they probably haven't even done what they're about to do, but they're apologizing for it. Then you have Knight of Swords. Like someone is rushing towards you with their thoughts, also trying to project their thoughts onto you, hoping that you'll open up to them and read them, but you're not. Then you have Six of Swords. I feel like you're very much in your own zone. When you go in, nobody can come in with you except Jesus. So they're lost and confused. They think you're open. They think you're accepting and receiving of their bullshit, but you're not. They're just looking stupid. Yeah, it's just like these guys standing outside of Noah's Ark looking dumb. They're not getting on the boat. We already know how the story goes. Someone says, I know we have crossed the line. So this sounds like a group of people that's apologizing to you, or is coming through. Their spirit is apologizing. Their physical body is locked up and trapped somewhere, but their spirit is begging out and pleading for forgiveness, because they think that it's going to matter. You forgiving them is only setting you free. It doesn't set them free. They need to repent to God, and that's the one that they have a problem with. That's why they're in the trouble that they're in to begin with. It says, you are the most precious person in my life. I don't know where this energy is coming from. It's clarifying 10 of Grains, because I definitely feel like this lover that's coming in is not really what is pretending to be. And if this donation, this card is coming in for you, then that means that you're the one that's giving. So they may feel like you're giving something to them, giving them attention or something, but they've come out already as being a scoundrel. They've come out as being Goliath, somebody who thinks they're so much bigger and better than you. But at the end of the day, they're the ones that ends up getting beheaded. They're the ones laying on the ground. So it doesn't even take that much to defeat them. A little tiny pebble is all it takes at the end of the day. One more for this. It says the heart. Your heart is so strong. Look at that. And I feel like you've had all your life to build up your emotions and fighting for God, that you could do whatever you want, because these demons are pathetic. That's the energy I have for this reading. If it's something you resonate, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comment section if this is something you're resonating with. You can join my members only. You can book a personal reading. There's other links in the description as well if that's something you're interested in. I'm happy to have you here, and thanks so much for watching. So I'm going to see you in the next one.